All right, y'all, let's get into the darkness and Jesus and the things coming upon the earth and the spirit of men moving and all these things, okay, and put it into a big picture, okay? So you have darkness first. It was upon the deep, all right? And then God's spirit moved. And then we see the light and dark being created after that. So the light, dark, darkness, those three are one. Darkness is where the light and dark meet. It's not completely, there's darkness, okay? So those three are one, okay? Genesis 1 is the darkness. That's where everything's good, okay? Then we go into the light. That's Adam. That's now, okay? Then we're going to go into the dark. That's the coming age, okay? These are just different aspects of light, of man. And so as Jesus is the Father, the Alpha and the Omega, he's the beginning and the end, okay? The one in the middle, the light, he is not, because the light can't burn forever, okay? Darkness and dark always exists for the most part. It's the visible light that changes or burns, okay? That has to be replaced. So as that visible light is being replaced and changed, the earth and man and all these things are changing, okay? So as these things are coming upon earth, okay, according to Jesus, there's clean and unclean spirits, all right? There's no demons. There's no, none of that garbage that the church goes off with today, okay? There's clean and unclean spirits. The unclean, the unclean, okay? These are probably the ones that help us be better inside, okay? The ones that are clean probably help us be better outside, okay? These all these foods and drinks and things we eat or whatever have a spiritual application in our microorganisms, the micro, the cause and effect. Those are inside of you and they eat and they give you the exudates, okay? The exit dates for time. There's many aspects going on, many foundations that people are missing in their own life, not taking care of their own temple. And there's two lights provided in this world. There's the light and the dark. And the rulers of darkness come in. They're the people y'all elect and the people you listen to for guidance through school, textbook, news, whatever. Okay? Whatever your light is in this world. All right? That's your light. So that can either be light or it can be oil. Okay? The thing inside of us is what gives us the light. We have that light inside of us to think, okay? And the more we think, the brighter it can get, okay? And the brighter it gets, the more oil it needs. So the more oil it needs, the more you have to search through this world to keep that light going and all those other things, okay? So a lot of the people, they haven't gathered the oil. The light was given to brighten the minds and take us into that next age. And not everybody received that light because they didn't gather enough oil. But as different things are playing out. So as Jesus is the darkness, the light, and the dark, he is coming and moving upon men. Okay, so when somebody says like, oh, God made me do it, all right, that is a true statement. All right. There is no crazy people. There are no schizophrenics. There are no psychosis. There's none of that shit. Okay. These are all just people that can't fit into the Jew society, the society with laws, the society with rules, the society with boundaries and all those. It's hell. It's hell on earth. Okay. So the old heaven is changing. The new heaven is coming. And if you don't know these things, you're going to be going to the old heaven. All right. And you're going to be going down to the past. You're not going to be going on the future. So right now there's a mass deception going on in the world. and they are redirecting the things that's happening on this earth to a carnal basis, so we don't understand the spiritual applications. Okay, this goes along with direct energy weapons. This goes along with actor-based reality. This goes along with the Blue Beam projects, all these different things. Okay, because as God, Jesus, is coming, all right, it's going to be happening in a way that the world and the Judeo-Christian church and all these things are taught that to be blinded of. Okay, so they don't see the day and hour. So they go into the little horn or the tribe of Satan and all those things, okay? Because these tribes are being established upon the earth again. And Jesus is bringing the 11 and Satan is bringing his 1. And that little horn, that 10th horn, is that stealing of the begotten, for that stealing of the 10 for the light of the world. So as they're showing like a laser come down on Hawaii in the Maui fires or whatever, I don't know if that's real or not. Okay. However, if it is real, okay, more than likely it's God or aliens, Jesus, coming down to destroy man and to reset earth, just like it said. Okay. So there's going to be no other time like this coming up upon earth on 24, 25, 26, 27. All right. And we're going to see things that are going to blow our minds. All right. If we are given over to the delusion, it's going to blow our minds. All right. Because we won't understand what's coming. The people with the light, the people who can't be given over to the delusion, they know what it is. Okay. So they're telling us that they're doing land grab, or they're trying to do land grabs, Oprah, The Rock, government. They're trying to build AI cities, all these things, okay? All these things are half-truths, okay? Jesus is returning in man, okay? He's returning in us. As he's returning in us, some of us have the spiritual application. Some of us have that carnal application. So people like Oprah, people like The Rock or whatever, who have the billions of dollars or millions of dollars to go in and rebuild cities and rebuild whatever, okay? Yeah. That is probably true, because we're going to see a time of giving and a time of abundance and a time of where the socialism is brought in a different way, and socialism is done right. And there's no reason why these people need to have billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars just stacking and stacking and stacking in a bank account that they never use, that it's all kind of fucked up. Okay. So as these people can realize it's fucked up, they are going to start changing things and start rebuilding things, okay? So I'll be the first one in those AI cities, okay? You already live in an AI city. You already live in a smart city. You already have the smart grid on your phone. Everything in your house is smart appliance. Everything is wireless. With wireless technology, they can see inside of your home because it's bouncing off everything. They know everything you got. They know everything you do. They know everything you go. They know everywhere you go, whatever, for all you English masters or whatever, okay? They know everything about you. They know when you drink your milk. They know when you wipe your ass. They got the cameras on your bathrooms now that flush when you're done, okay? Yeah, they're watching you pee-pee, okay? They're watching you poo-poo, all right? It's not them, it's Jesus, because he's learning what you're doing. And he's going to bring judgment upon you. And he's going to bring that light that's in your hand, that light upon the earth, and he's going to deceive you. Because you haven't searched for oil. You don't know what the fuck you're looking at. You don't even know you're in hell. You're trying to run from something that you're never going to go to while you're living right in it. It's that simple. So as Jesus, that mothership, okay, we can see the carnal aspects of these things setting up, and the fake alienation, the little horn. You got Joe Rogan, the mothership down there in the OS 10, the 10. The 10 for the begottens, the sons of Israel, down in Texas. Satan worshipers. Okay, they're going to think they have all their light. Dallas, the dollars. All right. You got the dead Christ man down there in Corpus Christi. That's the dead rising first. And all this kinds of shit. Okay. So as Jesus is working through men, okay, he's working through men, giving light, spiritual light to let people know what's going on, and he's working through spiritual or through carnal light to bring people down into darkness. And this is where he's telling people like they're building AI cities or whatever, or the government's doing this, or you have the direct energy weapons and all this other stuff, okay? Weather control. They don't do weather control, they do weather manipulation. They either amplify the storm or they kind of degrade the storm, okay? They just can't make a storm per se, okay? I've been watching this and studying this many years of my life, okay? And they're all teaching you to have truth. They don't spread the seed, spraying shit over the earth, okay? Or to trying to get to man that nano dust or whatever. They want direct stuff. They want to where you're eating and drinking it. That's where your bottled drinks and your whatever's coming in, your fast foods and your red hamburger buns from Burger King and all this other shit, okay? That's direct energy, the N-E-R-G, the N7, all right? So as Jesus is operating through the government, okay, he's operating through these devices and these things that whether it's a natural occurrence or whether it's through man or whatever, through the government, it's all through Jesus. Jesus is operating through man. He's us, Jesus, okay? He's that light, and we can either use that light for light or dark. And we're coming onto a time where we're getting rid of that old light, that old capitalism, that old American way, that old boomer way, that make America great again. We're getting rid of that shit, okay? Because it's not great, okay? It's all kinds of fucked up. And if you don't know, then you need to go and talk to the younger generation, and they'll tell you all about it, okay? And they'll tell you how their parents have just dumped them and just, man, it's a sad day, and they send them off into school without their choice. They put them into debt and all this shit when instead of, man, we can't get off on that. But everything is all messed up, and these Christ men that have grown up in my generation or beforehand, okay, in the 70s and 60s, and they saw the stuff and they've become those millionaires or whatever, they're going to come in and change the times. They're going to come in and make America what it needs to be, okay? So the U.S., the Jesus, the He's us, the U.S. will always be here. Those people are going to be kind of leaving and making America, the America for the Trump, for the last Trump, and those types of things. These people will be leaving freedoms in the name of freedom, lifting up the law and lifting up hate and lifting up persecution and lifting up war and all these other things, okay? So Jesus is operating through men in many ways, and he's operating through the government. And whether the government is doing laser beams or whether it's a man who's actually going and starting a fire, okay? And then the winds come in after that and cause that fire hurricane. It's Jesus operating through that man to start the fire. It's Jesus operating through whoever on this earth to bring in these catastrophes. It's Jesus operating to bring in the judgment through man. It's the Antichrist. It's the men who are against man. And he's bringing these men to bring in the judgment. And that's where you got the government bringing in the thing. The armies have gathered around Israel. Yeah, I'll take that. Sign me up. So as this judgment's already been placed, okay, we just have to wait for it to take fold. But you don't want to be, man, it's, that judgment has been placed through Jesus, okay? And it's the dark side of Jesus. Jesus is the darkness where the light and dark meet. He is both light and dark, okay? The rulers of darkness of this world want to keep the darkness because the darkness is actually connected to the Jesus that never changes, okay? It's the light of the world that changes. It's that Baal worship Jesus, that church Jesus that changes. Okay, and that's why you get a new covenant. And that's why these things are now. And that's why the church doesn't want to hear it. And that's why the pastors are running. All right.